Hey everybody, this is Jacob Kirschenbaum with Process Marketing, and today we're talking about one of everybody's favorite subjects, bars, restaurants, and breweries. So this is a video about a blog post that we did a few weeks back, but I wanted to expand on the thoughts a little bit, go a little more in depth, and make this video a little more accessible if you don't have time or you don't want to read the blog. So the first thing that you want to do if you're a bar, restaurant, brewery, any sort of establishment, is you want to highlight what makes your bar special, what makes your restaurant special, what makes you different from every other bar, restaurant, brewery on the block. So if you're a restaurant that has an incredible wine selection, be posting about wine reviews or the 100 different wines you have in your cellar that anybody can come and get. Or if you've got a bar and you have 500 different beers on tap, that's probably a little much, but you understand the idea. Talk about your selection of brews, or if you just have great customer service and your waiters and waitresses can make great recommendations, highlight all of that. A great example of this is a restaurant here in town called Ovenbird, and what's great about them is they cook everything over an open flame. And if you ask a lot of people, the first thing that comes to their mind about Ovenbird is they have an incredible chef, but that open fire concept is usually like the second or third thing on the list. And there are a lot of things that make that restaurant great, but if I was them and I was doing things a little bit different, and it's easy for me to armchair quarterback, I would be highlighting that open fire concept because it's something that's totally different than everything else in town. You can get a good cocktail at 4 or 5 different restaurants, but you're not going to get something that's cooked over an open flame anywhere else in town. So the second thing you want to do is post your specials. And a lot of bars and restaurants do this already, but I think if you really want to set yourself apart, just take it to the next level. So you can have your waiter, your waitress, your hostess or host, whatever you want to do, maybe have them just talking to the camera, kind of like what I'm doing now, and just run through the specials, much like you would do if you sat down at the restaurant and they're going to read you the specials for the night. You can do that on social media and help make a decision for people on where they're going to go for dinner that night. So if I'm scrolling through Instagram in the afternoon, taking a break from work, everybody does it, and I see that somewhere has a great seafood pasta special tonight, I'm probably going to text my wife and be like, hey, do you want to go try this in the middle of the afternoon? And we've made that decision at night, rather than getting there and being surprised and being really excited about that dish. We know ahead of time and we made that decision to go there. So the last thing I want to talk about is talking about your selection, and what that means is like your selection of alcohol, or if you make a great cocktail, or just talking about your brews. So if you're a brewery and you wanted some easy video content, you could have somebody just talk about all the different brews that you have going on right now. Because a lot of the breweries here in town have seasonal beers that are only around for a couple of months. And if you talked about those and just really educated people on what this beer is like, because how often do you get to a bar or a brewery and somebody walks up to the bar and says, oh man, what's good here? If you have that content for them to see online, they might not have to ask that question every time they come in. And you can just talk about what makes this beer special, the story behind it, and just anything that somebody's going to find interesting to help educate them on, once again, what makes that beer special to you and why they might like it is another thing. There's a lot of people that really don't understand craft beer, but if you can break it down to them and compare it to, hey, this is like a Yuengling or this is like a Corona, something that they might have heard of before, then they're going to be a little more educated, maybe a little more apt to try that beer, rather than something that they've never had in the past. So those are just really 3 topics that I wanted to cover, and I think that could be beneficial to any bar, restaurant, or brewery anywhere in the U.S., not just here in Birmingham, a great food city. So once again, I really appreciate your time. Hope it was helpful, and I look forward to catching up with y'all next time.